Hi there! Welcome to the Gardens and Graveyards channel. My name is Charisma and today we're meeting in the studio and we're going to start some seeds and separate some seeds. So I'm going to start with these two flats of seeds. Most of them are Snapdragons. We heavily seeded each cell because they were old seeds. They had fantastic germination and I need lots of Snapdragons this year. As a matter of fact, I was looking at my list and it says that I need, where are the Snapdragons? 216 Snapdragons. Do I have that many? I don't know. We'll see. But I'm going to consolidate a couple of these trays, and then I have seed trays all filled with soil behind me for separating these out and to sow some zinnias and some calendula and marigolds and possibly some sweet peas, but we'll see how far we get today. We're going to do one tray at a time. I'm going to do this tray first because there's less going on, and then we'll move into this tray. So I'm just going to move this out of the way. Okay. I have an iced tea spoon. It is actually one of my favorite tools to separate seedlings out. And what I have here is a couple of things going on. So these were seedlings that we transplanted out of the windowsill containers, which we'll probably be using again today, but I put plastic liners in them. They had like the coconut core compressed cardboard type seed cells, and they were really hard to keep moist. Like the cardboard was wicking all the water out of the soil, and I lost a bunch of seedlings. So I tried to save them. I put them all in here, what I could find, and you know, we had some pretty good success with saving several of these. So the first thing I want to do is pop in a couple extra seeds that we lost because I still want those seeds. I didn't need as many as I sowed, so I just want to kind of fill in these little blanks, and then we'll separate these plants out and we'll go from there. So let's start with this. I have feverfew right here. I actually have a feverfew that overwintered in the greenhouse. So if I have another packet of feverfew in here, I will put like one more seed and just have that little bit done. They're all nasturtiums. Straw flower. Let's just see what we have here. Premiums. Oh, I think I'll just can't remember. What is this? Yeah, amaranth. I feel like I have a stack of seeds. It's always in the last place you look. All right, let's see what we have in here. So I think this stack of seeds was what these were. So let me just look. Okay, so I do have a little bit more of the blue glitter that I could try. Okay, there's my... Oh, yep, these are all these guys. Excellent. Okay, I don't need this. Gumfrina. Okay. Oh. See that there. Okay, let's just. Oops. Oh, great. Do you have any idea what these are? It's not helpful. That's done. Here's some feverfew. I don't think I have any more left. Okay. All right, so let's see. Do I have any more of this blue glitter? I think that's a seed. I'm not even sure if that's a seed or not. So. Okay, I don't have any more of the blue glitter, so that's perfect. I just have one of those, one of those. Let's see if I have any more feverfew. No. So that's good. There's just one of each of those. And then, let's see. This is the Celosia limonata. And this is from Florette. I don't see any more in there either, so I'm just gonna move this tag right here. Celosia Summer Sherbet. Okay, I do have a few of those, so let's go ahead and sew these 3 cells with these seeds. Okay, it's just all right, so that is done, and then this one is the Gumfrina and Audrey White. Okay, the Summer Sherbet is done. Okay, and I have room for 2 right there. Okay, great. So I do have a few. Let's take that out. That I don't want. None of these are wanting to be covered very much. So when I put vermiculite on it, it'll be enough for those. So now I have a row of the Gumfrina, the Crispidia Sun Golds, or Sunball. I just have one empty pocket there. So I'm gonna put just a couple of seeds in that pocket. And now I have a whole row of the Crispidia. Then let's see what else I have. The Amaranth Love Lies Bleeding, I don't need as many of, so I think I'll do it right here where I have 1, 2, 3, 4. And I do love this amaranth. It has such an amazing structure. Ooh, a lot of seeds in that one. Okay. I'll just sew it nice and heavy. There's so many seeds. Oh my goodness. Okay. They make huge plants. Why I would need that many seeds. Okay. I'm just going to kind of press them into the soil here. All right, then we will look at Globe Amaranth which is shaped very much like Crispidia. So I think I'll just, I have a tag for that one. All right. Okay, great. Let's, all right, I'll put this one right here and do a row of the globe amaranth. Okay, again, so many seeds. And then I have another empty row here. I have a tag for the pink flamingo celosia. So hopefully I could get, oh yeah, I could get a whole row of the pink celosia. Okay. Right, and then I have just these 2 cells left. So let me think about what can go in there. Bullosum, historic. Okay, you know what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna, one of them is completely empty, so I'm gonna put some soil in it. And then I think I'm gonna put this, just a couple of the basket of gold in there, because they get 12 to 18 inches wide. So like, I don't know how many I really need of those. So just see what we can do here. I think I can direct sew these. Let's see. Well, maybe not. Okay. Again, so many seeds. Oh my gosh. Well, if I get multiple, we can divide again. All right, so then I'm gonna grab another tag. I might want that one because I'm gonna use it again. Okay. Great. So now all of this section has been reseeded and it has some seedlings in it. All of these are just lightly sown. A lot of them are like, need light to germinate. So I think we're fine there. The next thing I want to do is this darker purple color one is the Snapdragon Black Prince. And while, like, look at this. Some of them are so tall and some of them are a little bit short. I'm going to just separate out a couple. Let's see if I have, how many do I have that are, like this one is really puny and not healthy, so I'm just going to take it out of there. But I only have one empty cell. So I'm going to do this. This one has a 10. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to separate this section out into new cells, and then I'll have empty cells over here that I can divide the Black Prince. This side is the tall assorted mix of Snapdragons. Birds. Okay. So, okay. So these are the windowsill containers that I had. I just used 6-packs that were from some kind of summer annuals that I've just saved the 6-packs, the plastic, filled it with, I did a mixture of seed starting mix and potting soil this time because I know all of these are going to be out in the greenhouse very soon. So I have 2 of these. There's 18 in each. So I want to just see how far I can get with separating these out, and then we'll, you know, just keep moving along. These 6-packs that's where these plants are going to live until they get moved into the garden in the spring, in just a few weeks, probably like May, so like 8 weeks, I guess. I will be separating them right now, and then we'll put them under grow lights for maybe like a week or so. Probably, I'm going to seed zinnias today. As soon as the zinnias are up, we'll move all the Snapdragons out into the greenhouse and move the zinnias underneath grow lights. They don't need grow lights until they germinate. So anyhow, here we have a little cluster of these Snapdragons. There are 4 plants. So I'm just going to very gently pull them apart and put one in each cell. Ideally, they'd be a little bit bigger than they are right now to do this, but I need the space. So we're doing it right now. And you can see their roots are good and strong, holding on to soil. So I'm sure they'll be very happy to be in some bigger containers with more room for their roots. Okay, some of the bigger, and maybe I'll concentrate on the bigger ones for these. I don't know. Okay. All right, we're just going to get into it. We'll do as many as we can, and then we'll reconvene and talk about it. now that I have all of these separated out, I am top dressing them with a little bit of vermiculite to help retain moisture, but more so to prevent any dampening off. Especially since I have little seeds that haven't sprouted yet. All right. And then we'll go ahead and water them in and get them underneath the grow lights. This tray will probably stay under the grow lights a little longer than the other tray that I just seeded or that I just transplanted into, simply because we have little seeds that haven't yet germinated, obviously, because we just put some in there. And all the seedlings that are in here are still very, very small. I was able to separate out all the black prints, with the exception of like 2 cells have 2 plants in them. The mix Snapdragons, we still have 2 rows that are fairly dense. That's okay. We'll just wait until they grow up a little bit and get them separated out. So I'm going to put these under grow lights. I'm going to do a little calculation and make sure that I have as many trays and seeds and all the things that I need. And then we will come back and we'll separate out another tray of Snapdragons. Because I have 28, 29, and 30. So I have 30 black prints, which is pretty awesome. Let's just make a note. Snaps. 30 black prints. And then I did 18, 36 of the tall assorted mix. I need to make tags for those. Okay. So that's these guys. And so 36 separated out, but then I have all those. Tall assort plus. All right. I'm gonna put these under grow lights. I'll be back. All right, we have our second tray of seedlings that need to be separated out. I'm gonna cheat just a little bit. We have a whole bunch of alyssum in here. I need 18 plants. There's way more than 18 plants here. So I'm just gonna take the plugs and pop them around these 2 1-gallon containers and let them grow on a little bit more. I might, see if I can divide them a little bit, just to give them a little bit of a chance to grow on, so you could see how many there are. There's just a ton. So, like, I might just divide them in half and pop them right in here, pretty close to each other. The goal for this plant is to be like a little hedge. So they'll be growing together anyway. Obviously, they'll want a little bit more room than this to grow, but for the time being, just to save some space, we're just gonna do it this way. Hopefully that'll work out okay. And then that way I can divide these pansies and use this space for that. Because I am running out of seed trays and I'm running out of space to hold seeds. So I'm trying to do this the best way that I can. $22 plants in there. Soil. Okay, now what I want to do is divide up these pansies a little bit. There's not as many to worry about. There's a little cross seating there. Okay. So I'm going to just fill these holes that I just created from the alyssum and move my pansies into those spaces. Just turn these around so you can see what's going on. You can see they've just been heavily sown, so we're just gonna go pocket by pocket and divide them. Just put that one right back in there. Fill this pocket up. Great. This one has 2. Just gonna try to scoop it out. Sometimes I can just get it out of there without. I need more soil. Okay. Okay. This one. Okay. All right, so now we have 24, no, 5, 6, 7, 20, we have 29 of this historic florist mix pansy. Oh, Lord. Okay. And then we still have a few more alyssum right here in this row. These are all of the rocket mix Snapdragons, and we're going to go ahead and divide these up. There's only one cell missing one plant. So we're going to go ahead and divide this one cell, and then we'll grab another tray to divide these Snapdragons. So just do this, fill it up. Excellent. That one's pretty much toast. Oh. Okay, so I've got this tray of 36, so we'll see how many of these we can move over here. They're essentially the same size cell that they're currently in. So they're not really getting bumped up, they're just getting a little more room. Thankfully, these did not get seeded as badly or as heavily as some of the other ones. I didn't water them yesterday. You could totally tell. Thanks. Okay. Okay. All right, so so we have 72 plus of this sky or this rocket mix. There's 1, 2, 3 with 2 plants in this one, and there's 1, 2, 3 with 2 plants and this one. So, you know, a few more, but that's good. Great. They're all divided. They look good. I think I only like trashed 2 or 3 that were just either super puny or just got broken or something like that. So, yay. But I will say this took a little while longer than expected, and Spencer and I have a plan for the afternoon. So I'm going to stop here. We're going to get these watered in, put them under grow lights, and we will sow our zinnias, calendula, and marigolds probably tomorrow morning or later this evening. We'll do it in a separate video, and I'll explain all of that in another video. So thanks for hanging out with me while I divided seedlings today. 2 trays of seedlings, and with the soil prep and doing all the divisions, it took about 2.5 hours. So definitely time consuming, maybe worth you know, only sowing 1 or 2 seeds per cell and hoping for the best rather than having so many to divide. But I also knew that I wanted a ton of Snapdragons, and you know, doing it this way is conducive to what my plans are for this year. So you know, there's always like space and all of that, like knowing that I'll be able to put these out into the greenhouse because they are all up pretty quickly, like in the next week or so. I can put them out in the greenhouse, making room for more seeds in the seed starting station. Whereas if I had originally sown all 90 seeds, then or whatever it is, 72 plus, oh, it's not 90, so like 70, 80 seeds, whatever. If I had originally done that with just this variety and, you know, all the other varieties that we did today, I wouldn't have had enough room underneath my grow lights to grow all those seeds. So this actually just helped me get a good jump start, and now I can get everybody out into the greenhouse and grow them in there for the next couple of months before they go out into the landscape. Snapdragons are super cold hardy. They overwinter in my garden. So next year, I might add another Snapdragon because I want, like, you know, a specific color to add into the drift. But I won't need to sow this many at all. And the alyssum is also very cool weather conducive, as is the pansies and violas. So all of these can go out into the greenhouse pretty quickly. I just want to make sure that the shock of being divided isn't too shocking for them. So I'll keep them under the grow lights in the temperature that they've been growing in over the last month. All of these were sown exactly 1 month ago today, ironically. So yeah, we're gonna just get these under the grow lights, let them settle in, and then we'll start acclimating them into the greenhouse. So we keep our home around 68 degrees, and then the greenhouse has been consistently around 55 during the day and dropping down to like maybe 48, 47 in the evening. So it is a bit of a drop. So I think I'll probably put them in the greenhouse during the daytime for a few hours over several days, and bring them back in the evening and just kind of go back and forth for 3 to 5 days, and then they can live out there until they're going into the garden. And even though these cells are really small for these Snapdragons, as soon as the Snapdragons are like 4 inches tall, I can start putting them in the landscape. 4 to 6 inches tall. If they're spindly, one of the really fantastic hacks that you can do with Snapdragons is you can actually bury their stem. So take off those bottom couple of leaves and you can put the stem in the ground even further, and that'll allow it to have like a nice strong stem. So I'm not worried about them getting too spindly in these small containers, because I know I can rectify that in the landscape. All right, thank you so much for hanging out with me. I hope that you are celebrating your life, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.